going back through the tape of the Crew game, what do you think you guys are able to take from that?
I think there's a decent amount we could take from it, honestly. We reviewed film today, and we reviewed just a lot of it, or most of it, was when they had 11 guys on the field. Obviously, once they have a guy go off, the game's not over, right? There's so many things that we have to adapt to, and we have to play great soccer to even score 4 goals there. But we tried to take from it like how realistically we could draw comparisons to the games we're going to play in the future and stuff. So, we looked good for that first half of soccer. We condensed space well. A lot of guys defensively were having to do multiple jobs because they overloaded the pockets. And they had spells of possession, but we were able to keep it in front of us for the most part, and they didn't have too many chances in that spell, so it looked good.
How did you feel like your partnership with Christian worked, being able to play, especially with him? That was 2 weeks in a row, right, that you played with him?
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. Especially in a game like that where we're kind of asked to play against a team that likes to find guys in the pockets and likes to overload spaces. I felt like having the athleticism between the two of us, where we could do 2 jobs and we could cover 2 passing lanes and get out and apply pressure. I thought, especially defensively, it looked good.
How does your, if you can, what you can share, how does your role kind of change when you're playing with a Christian or Obed or a JP?
Yeah, I think for the most part it's the same. But obviously you have to know the different tendencies that different guys are going to play with. Christian's really mobile and he can cover a lot of space. So trying to play off of him when he gets dragged down, he wants to put pressure and he wants to go. Then trying to be the guy that holds and plays tighter to the back line and closer inside. But I think for the most part it's similar. Yeah.
Brian mentioned that you guys showed some of Brau's goals, I guess, during the film session with the Defiance. What kind of player? What can you tell us about? You've played with him presumably a fair amount. What can you tell us about his style and his play?
I love playing with him. He's so composed, and he's a handful for other teams to kind of grab. He kind of floats in the pockets, and then he picks up space. But he always finds the ball in enough space to where he can play forward and he can attack the back line. I really like playing with him, and I feel like I've played with him at Defiance, that a lot of the time he's a really good option between the lines to make a forward pass. Yeah.
You guys are pretty late in the season, but his health and getting back in game fitness, do you think that he there's enough time to kind of maybe make an impact if he were to get on the field with an MLS game?
I think 100%. Yeah, I think he's looked good at training, and I didn't watch the Defiance game, but I did see at least one. He scored 1 goal or 2 goals? 2 goals
and an assist.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so they showed 1 goal today, and it was great. But honestly, what a special moment for him to be. He hasn't played a game since last year probably. He got injured in preseason. This was his first game back, and he scores a goal in 20 minutes. That's amazing. I'm really happy for him. Yeah.
There was comment, not sourced, but that there's an issue with chemistry or communication, within the team, within the locker room. And a lot of y'all have said that's not true. What is your feeling about the unity on the roster? First?
I think the team's really together. I think every guy in the locker room is pushing in the same direction right now. We're getting towards the end of the season. We need to catch momentum going forward, and I think all the guys know that, and we're all buddies in there. On top of being teammates, we like spending time together. We like the road trips because we get exclusive time together. But I think the locker room's really together.
So it's wild for me to even ask you that question.
A little bit.
Yeah. You, as far as making a run, or just looking at the rest of the season, have y'all talked about what's possible, and are you looking at standings, counting points, or anything like that right now?
We know where we are. We know the position we're in, and we know what's ahead of us, and that we have a chance at 3 points every single weekend. So we're looking forward now to Kansas City. And we're ready to take some points.